Hello and welcome to Through the Barn Door Cornwall, and the first of our tutorials. Today we will be looking at making dried flower hearts. These lovely little hearts are sweet scented and made with rosebuds. They come complete in a kit which enables you to make 3 of these. You will receive in your kit the dried rosebuds, the ribbon, the little wooden tags with sayings, a full sheet of instructions and the wire to thread them on. So shall we take a look and see how they're made? Firstly, take one of the wires from the kit. These are a 10-inch stub wire that we're using today, and we want to measure halfway. So at the 5-inch point, and you can use the end of a pair of scissors, just mark it and pull up the wire either side. This will give us the centre point. Firstly, we take the smallest little rosebud that we can find. You can sift through these once you've got them on the table, and we just simply push the wire through the rose above the calyx and form the centre point of the heart. Okay, we're going to start with some fairly small rosebuds to thread on first of all. So we simply push the wire through and thread these on like so. Now I find them quite easy to go through. They do need a little bit of pressure, but if you find them difficult, there is a pin in the kit which you can use to make a hole first, which obviously makes them a lot easier, especially if children are having a go, because they are very simple to make. And you need to thread on 9 roses each side of that centre point rose at the bottom. And what I found looks nicer is if, as you go up the wire each side, to slightly increase the size of the actual rose. Okay, so we're going to use small ones, getting a little larger as we go up, and just simply keep, you can move them afterwards, so you can just keep threading them on both sides. Now when you've got your 9 roses either side of that centre point, it looks like that. You can just pull out and shape a rough heart as you go. Okay, and that leaves us with the 2 ends of wire at the top. On these ends we're going to actually make 2 little hooks. Okay, and don't worry about the gap at this point because we're going to put a ribbon on there. So you might prefer to do this with some little pliers or with your hand, but it's just 2 simple hooks squeezed together, which we're going to hook together to form a fastener like so. And once we've hooked them, we need to close them tight, again either using your scissors, your hand, or else we use a little pair of wire pliers. And at that point we can just pull out the heart shape a little bit, and we can adjust it at the end. It's not a problem. Okay, so I've got one here that I've fixed, and I've simply, where I've joined the hook, simply push the wire down into a point. Okay, so you can see now that the little heart is forming. The wire is quite pliable. You can move it at all stages of the make, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay, now we're going to take our length of ribbon from the kit, and from that length cut a little piece to tie on. I always find when tying it's better to actually twist it in the middle. You get a little bit of firmer hold, and we're going to simply slip that under where the hooks are and tie a simple knot. like so. Before we complete our bow, we need to pop on our little tag. I'm going to take one out of our kit. And these are already on wire. They're from East of India. They're absolutely gorgeous and they've all got little sayings on. This particular one says, do what makes your heart smile. There's 3 different ones in each of the kits. And you can choose whichever. We're going to just slide that over the ribbon. Like so. Now for the ribbon bow. I always make my bows in this way, but entirely up to you how you do yours. And people often ask me how to do that this way. Well, I leave a long tail over my left hand and gather the ribbon in. I then bring 1 loop towards me, 1 loop away from me, and gather it across the original tail like that. As I say, if you find this a difficult way, then just tie a bow on. It's up to you. The ribbon in the kit isn't cut, so you can do it whichever way you want to. Then I'm just going to place that on the heart and pick up the original 2 ends and just simply tie this like so. Just going to turn it and have a little play to get the bow looking nice. And again, even at this stage, when you've nearly finished, we can play around, move those roses to the right direction and how you'd like it, and simply trim our ends. I always like to cut the ribbon on the slant. It always looks a lot nicer. And just adjust our tag a little bit so that you can see it. And there we have a very pretty yet simple little heart of dried sweet smelling rosebuds that you can use to decorate, hang, or even put on little presents, use as place settings for a special dinner party. They really are gorgeous. I hope you've enjoyed seeing me make them. I've simply put my little heart on a bed of English dried lavender. The lovely sweet smelling perfume is a delight, and I'm sure you'll enjoy these. All the products that I've used today are available on the website at www.throughthebarndoor.co.uk, and thank you for watching.